Hello, my name is Mackenzie Grow, and for my auditing project, I went to Halloween Horror Nights, and I did the Revenge of the Mummy at a 35-minute wait, and I did Five Nights at Freddy's at an 80-minute wait. So I'm going to be voiceovering. I have some videos and some photos of the required elements that I was required to audit. And yeah, that will all be included, and I'm gonna start the voiceover. Alright, so the first thing I did when I got in the park is I went to Mummy, and as you can see, it is a 35-minute wait. My camera is not the best at night, so it took a while to focus, but it was a 35-minute wait. And then here is the selfie as well. You can't see it too well because my camera again. That is the Express team member checking everyone, making sure they have Express, and there are the wait time boards. They're well lit at night and there's no damage to them. And the ropes were in good condition except for one was kind of on the floor, but that area of the queue was not being used at the time. And then there was a team member that was stopping people, making sure that they were following the rules and didn't have any bags on them and things. And then there is a holding room. The floor was a little bit dirty, but as you can expect with Horror Nights, it was a bit busy, so people were dropping things. And it looked like they were keeping up with it well enough. And then there's another area of the floor that was pretty clean. And on the stairs, there were a few things, napkins, those little orange tickets they give you. And then this area, the team members were policing guests to make sure that they were using both sides. And then here is the operations. They didn't let me film on the loading platform, but here are the operations, the area that they led me to, very efficient. And then the offloading, the team member made sure that everyone exited safely. As you can see here, he's just making sure everyone gets off well. And then he does do a scan for loose items before sending the cart back to the loading platform. And then now here I am going over to Five Nights at Freddy's, which you can see is an 80-minute wait. And then the safety board, well lit, in good condition. And then there is the 80-minute wait. And then as you can see, the queue is very organized. It's very clean as well. The floor was very clean. And then the floor again in the pavement area, and the ropes were very organized as well. And as you can see here, there's security enforcing the rules at the front, no drinks, all that stuff. And the Express team member making sure everyone got pulsed through correctly, and then the safety board that he's standing in front of as well. Overall, I would say that Five Nights at Freddy's honestly had the better queue. It was cleaner. It had better stanchions put up. The ropes were more sturdy. I feel like probably because it goes up once every night. I'm not sure if they take it down in the evening. When I did work in operations for Horror Nights, we did take some of them down in the evening, so I'm not sure if that's the case for Five Nights at Freddy's, but if so, that it could explain why it is cleaner and a little bit more organized, because if they are putting it up each night, it might, get time to refresh. The team members were very friendly. I did have some questions to ask them at the front, so they were nice about that. The Express, from what I saw, they were doing a good job at making sure that there was an even amount of standby going through, and then they would cut off the standby and let in Express guests, so that looked pretty efficient to me. The Mummy was still efficient. There was a team member, as you saw in the video, stopping people and enforcing the rules, so asking them to not sit on the bars, things like that. Don't bring in backpacks, making sure to keep up with that. And for Express, they were also doing an all right job making sure that they were pulsing in the right amount of standby Express single rider, and they were pretty efficient up on the loading platform as well, but overall I think Five Nights at Freddy's was more efficient, maybe because they had more pressure on them to get in a certain amount of guests per hour and make sure that the queue was flowing efficiently, because the wait time would stack up if they didn't, is what I'm thinking. But overall that does have a better score for me. And that was my trip to Halloween Horror Nights auditing the Mummy and Five Nights at Freddy's.